The third time Graham caught me in bed with another man, I didn't panic. I didn't explain. I didn't even sit up right away. Vanessa Whitmore, the Cole family's private attorney, stepped forward. Her voice was crisp.
Mrs. Cole, this is the third documented incident of marital misconduct. Under the pre-up, you get no alimony, no house, and no custody.
Graham had run out of patience. He threw the papers down in front of me.
The first time, you said you didn't know the guy. The second time, you said you had no idea how you ended up at that hotel. So this time, Hannah, what's the story?
He thought I was about to come up with another lame excuse, but I said nothing. I just signed the divorce papers. Vanessa snatched the signed papers out of my hand. She turned to him at once.
Mr. Cole, she has signed.
Graham kept staring at me. His brows rolled tight. Maybe it was because I signed too fast. I screwed the cap back onto the pen.
I'll move my things out as soon as I can. As for Aiden's visitation schedule.
Graham's voice was firm.
You are no good for Aiden. You don't get visitation. My lawyers will keep you away until court.
I just smiled.
Funny, I was actually about to say the same thing. I don't want visitation at all.
His expression didn't change, but I could feel the tension. Because for the past 4 years, he and our son had been my whole world, Graham said with a cold laugh.
Unbelievable. You found another man and now you're ready to throw away your own child too. So what was all that back then? Clawing your way into my bed? Getting pregnant?
I listened to him and felt absolutely nothing. The first time he caught me with another man, I was stunned. I kept telling him I hadn't betrayed him, but the man was gone, leaving only a blurry figure on the surveillance footage. Graham didn't believe me. It was all he needed to take my son away. After that, his legal team got a temporary custody order. I was reduced to 1 supervised visit a month. I had to request it a week in advance through Vanessa. When the visit finally happened, she was always there. If I held my son too long, I could feel her looking at me. If I bought him toys or clothes, everything had to go through the family office first. That whole thing wrecked me, so I got a job just to keep me busy. Then came the second time. I was on a work trip. Somehow I ended up in a hotel room. And when I woke up, there was a strange man lying right next to me. I called the police. A female officer checked me over and said there were no signs of assault. After that, I wasn't even allowed to show up at Aiden's school for parent events. Whenever the school needed a parent, Graham sent Vanessa at the breaking point. My own son pointed at my face and called me a bitch. And Graham stood right there and said nothing. And now, this third time, I was done. Done explaining. Done playing the fool in a game they had clearly already rigged. So I gave them what they wanted. Vanessa stepped up beside me and lowered her voice.
Mr. Cole, even if she doesn't fight for custody, I've never seen a mother give up her child so easily.
She glanced at me, then added softly,
She's been through this too many times. She knew this day would come. A child would only be a burden to her now.
I laughed. She seemed to forget something. 4 years ago, she drafted that agreement herself. Graham's face turned even colder.
You'd better mean it. Don't come crawling back to me later.
Then he walked out. I watched his back and let out a small laugh. I won't, Graham. Back then, before I let myself love you, I went to every church in this city. I prayed day and night, just to beg for one good sign. Turns out, what I thought was destiny was just the beginning of my ruin. Vanessa looked at me and smiled.
Well, Mrs. Cole, have a great night.
The door shut. The room went quiet again. I looked down at the man still asleep in the bed. My stomach turned. I could have left before they got there, but I was tired of playing along. So I stayed. I put on my coat and walked out without looking back. The next evening, I went home to pack. I pushed open the bedroom door. I knew something was wrong. Everything of mine was gone. The housemaid stood there, twisting her hands,
Mrs. Cole,
too nervous to look at me.
your belongings were moved to storage. Miss Whitware said the room had to be prepared for Mr. Cole's future wife.
I smiled. 4 years of marriage, and I didn't even deserve a proper goodbye. I turned and walked to the storage room behind the house. I crouched down and started searching through the boxes one by one. Nothing else mattered. I had to find my mother's locket. In that entire house, it was the only thing that had ever truly been mine. I finally found it at the bottom of a box. I was gathering a few clothes to take with me.
What are you doing?
I turned. Aiden stood in the doorway. He looked so much like Graham, especially with that cold little look on his face.
I'm taking my things,
I said, and kept packing. Usually I would have rushed over to hug and kiss him. This time, I stayed calm.
That's not your stuff.
When I didn't answer, he marched in. He stepped right on the clothes scattered across the floor.
Aunt Way said everything in this house belongs to Dad. You're not allowed to take any of it.
My hands paused.
This is mine.
He clasped his hands behind his back.
You bought it with Dad's money.
He said.
And Dad's money belongs to the Cole family. So none of this has anything to do with an outsider.
I looked up at him. He was only 4. Yet he stood there like I was some thief. I tightened my grip on the locket and got to my feet.
I'm only taking one thing. You can keep the rest.
He stepped in front of the door and spread his arms.
You can't steal from the Cole family.
Aiden, move.
No!
His voice
You're a
shot up.
beggar! Auntie V said once you leave, you don't get to come back. If you come back, that means you're stealing.
My temples started pounding.
I'll say it one more time. Move.
No, put it
He
down!
lunged at me. He grabbed the red cloth pouch in my hand. I jerked back on instinct. The pouch tore open. The crystal frame slipped from the silk, striking the hardwood floor and shattering into sharp, glittering fragments. Suddenly, I was back to the day my mother placed that locket
This has
around
been
my
passed
neck.
down in our family for generations.
But I had no daughter. I only had that locket. Aiden stood there and muttered under his breath. I looked at him.
Well, you should have let go.
I looked at him. That was from your grandmother.
Then my voice turned sharp.
Do you even know why your grandmother is lying in a care facility?
He froze. After that, he took a small step back.
I don't know any grandmother.
He said,
I only know some useless old lady who wastes all of Dad's money. Auntie V said it.
He blurted out.
Aunt Way said it. She said that old woman spent a lot of Dad's money.
Say it again.
My voice changed. It didn't even sound like me. Aiden stared at me. Then he bit his lip. Still, he forced himself to say it again.
She's just some old lady wasting money, so...
I shoved him. He fell hard to the floor. Then he burst into tears. I stood there, my palm tingling. Meanwhile, his words kept echoing in my head. That old lady wasting money, that was my mother, his grandmother. Fresh out of surgery, she had still sewn him a coat by hand. Every birthday she called from the care facility, just to wish him a happy birthday. And that was what he called her, an old lady wasting money. The sharp edge of the broken locket dug into my palm. The pain cleared my head a little. Then Graham rushed in. Aiden threw himself into his arms,
Aiden, what happened?
sobbing so hard he could barely speak.
Dad, she pushed me. Make her leave. I want Auntie V.
Graham held him tight, then looked up at me.
Have you lost your mind?
He snapped.
You put your hands on a child?
I didn't hit him, I said quietly. Pushed him.
And that's supposed to make it better?
Yes, I said, lowering my eyes to the broken locket. If I'd hit him, that would have been a mother disciplining her son. But pushing him? He deserved it. Graham rubbed his brow.
Why are you arguing with a child?
He shot me a cold look, he added.
Vanessa handles the household finances now. She was looking at it from a purely financial perspective. Aiden overheard it, that's all. Don't make this bigger than it is. Or have you forgotten everything she does for us?
His eyes dropped to the shattered locket in my hand. At last, his tone softened a little.
I brought Aiden here today on purpose. You should talk to him. But don't tell him for now. It could affect him.
I knew what he meant, the divorce. In 4 years of marriage, the time he and my son spent talking to me didn't even come close to what they gave Vanessa. Back in college, he was the one who chased me first. He made me believe in something no one else believed in. And even without that unexpected pregnancy, I had already made up my mind, ready to ignore the difference in our worlds. Now maybe it was better I never said it first. My mother was still lying in that care facility. She was waiting for me, so I grabbed my bag and walked out of the storage room. In the living room, Vanessa was crouched in front of Aiden, gently comforting him. I walked right past them. Behind me, Aiden suddenly burst into tears.
Why is that bad woman ignoring me?
He stomped his feet. He was used to this routine, throwing a fit, then watching me run to him with tears in my eyes. Used to hearing me say,
Don't be mad. I am sorry.
so when I didn't even look at him, he felt wronged. Graham said nothing. I didn't stop. I was just about to open the door when he finally snapped.
Stop.
I stopped.
Come here.
He said, his voice heavy.
Apologize to Aiden. You pushed him, you scared him.
I froze for a second. One thought hit me. Maybe this would be the last time I ever saw him. I was too exhausted to argue anymore, so I walked over and crouched down.
I'm sorry.
For the last time, I looked him in the eyes.
Mommy shouldn't have pushed you.
All of a sudden, he spat at me. It landed on my cheek. In that soft little voice, he
Dirty
said,
woman, you deserve it.
Graham just stood there. A moment later, he said,
You run around with other men. Even a child can see what you are.
I raised my hand and wiped the spit off my face. I laughed.
I run around?
I looked straight at him. Those affairs were sloppy. Did he really not see it? If that was what he wanted to believe, so be it.
We have been married for 4 years, and you have never been without Vanessa Witt by your side in these 4 years. You even let her raise my son. Then tell me, Graham, who is really the one who cheated? We're getting divorced anyway.
I said.
Can we stop lying to ourselves now?
Vanessa's face went pale. Right away, her eyes turned red.
Mrs. Cole, how can you say that?
She said.
How can you slander me like this?
Enough.
Graham's eyes stayed locked on me.
For 4 years, all you've done is make scenes.
He said.
When are you finally going to stop?
With that, he started walking toward me.
Fine. If you think there's something between us,
He stopped right in front of me.
then I'll show you what that really looks like. Take Aiden away.
Next, he grabbed my wrist and dragged me into the bedroom. The door slammed shut. In one swift motion, he ripped off his tie, bound my wrists, and threw me to the floor. Afterward, he turned, pulled Vanessa into his arms, and leaned down near her ear.
This?
Vanessa froze for a beat. After that, she slipped her arms around his neck.
Mr. Cole, I've waited so long for this.
Before long, they were tangled together. Their clothes fell all over the floor. I bit down on my lip. The words scraped out of my throat.
Graham, we're already getting divorced. You can be together whenever you want. Why humiliate me like this?
Humiliate you? Do you really think you still have that kind of place in my eyes?
She wrapped herself
Mr.
around
Cole,
him from behind
don't
and
let her
breathed
ruin
against
this.
his ear. At that, he let go of me. I shut my eyes. Tears slipped down without a sound. Just then, the phone he had thrown aside started vibrating. The noise jolted me. It was my mother's number. I struggled toward it and answered. It was a nurse. Her voice was shaking.
Mrs. Cole, please come now. Your mother heard She's burdening you. She climbed onto the
A
roof.
burst of static cut through the line. After that, the call dropped. My head rang. I was almost screaming.
Graham, my mom's in trouble. Please, just let me go.
He turned and looked at me. A mocking smile tugged at his mouth.
Hannah, weren't you the one accusing us? Well, now you've seen enough, and suddenly you've got some excuse to leave?
I'm not lying. The hospital called. My mother found out about the divorce and
That's enough. We just signed the papers. So how would your mother know already? Besides, if you knew she couldn't take the shock, why tell her? How is that anyone's fault but yours?
With that, he turned back to Vanessa. I fought against the tie until my wrists burned.
I never told her. Please, let me go. My mother got hit by that car trying to save you and your son. Please don't play with her life.
His eyes were full of impatience.
What, is your mother your shield now? Every time you get caught, you pull the same stunt. First it was for our son's sake, then it was because your mother saved us.
I'm not making this up.
Tears spilled down my
This
face.
time it's real. I'm begging you.
Vanessa circled her arms around his waist.
Mr. Cole, everyone knows she jumped in because her grandson was there. If it had only been you, would she really have done the same? You've already done more than enough for her. Come on, don't let her kill the mood.
Whatever hesitation he had left was gone, so I stopped hoping he'd suddenly grow a conscience.